Cheers, boss.
Cheers.
All right. Episode 10.
Yeah.
On episode 10.
Episode 10. That's crazy.
I can't believe.
I was telling Gail, it's probably the longest I've ever stuck to a creative pursuit.
I think this is the most commitment I've ever had in anything in my life.
In any pursuit. Yeah, I'll keep that with me.
Yeah. Have you seen this, bro?
What's that?
It's my NFT.
What is that? Looks like a drawing.
It's a doodle.
That's your NFT.
No, it's not.
No?
Well, is it?
I don't know.
Exactly. Anyway, so this doodle
Yes.
is worth $16,000.
Get
When
out
I
of here.
bought it.
Yeah.
If I bought it, did I buy it? Who knows? It was. I think it first minted for something like $500, maybe
Uh-huh.
$600. Now it's
Yes.
worth 16K. Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing that kind of kills the coolness of it is the fact that I had to ask if that's an NFT because it just looks like a kid drew it.
Yeah. No, it is. It looks like a child's drawing. I think
Yeah.
I could possibly draw this myself.
Oh yeah.
Instead, I decided to buy it for an extreme amount of money, or not,
or didn't.
or didn't. Who can confirm? You don't know.
I think.
But yeah, I literally just set up this Apple Watch
Oh, you did.
and then put my NFT on it.
Yeah, that's probably the only good use for an Apple Watch, as far
Yeah.
as I can tell.
Yeah. So do you know the meaning of synonymous?
Yes.
Because I don't.
Okay.
Could you explain it to me?
Yeah, sure. Two things that are synonymous are things that can be interchangeable.
Interchangeable.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so that's not the word then, is it? What I mean is that the word that I'm looking for,
Mm-hmm.
the meaning would be that these two are only useful to each other.
Oh. Oh, I see.
The only point of having an Apple Watch is to put your NFT on it.
Maybe I think mutually exclusive is close, but it's not quite there. I think dependent
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
each other
yeah,
is probably as close as we'll get.
They're codependent.
Yeah, codependent. Yeah. Codependent.
NFT and Apple Watches are codependent. Yeah.
Finally, I found a use for that word.
Finally, I found a use for my Apple Watch.
That's funny.
Welcome back to episode 10. Straight in there with some shit chat. We actually have some brilliant topics coming up today. Do we want to...
No, I got you, bro. I got you.
You want to kick us off?
Yeah, bro.
Go for
Trosk,
it,
do you you know what a lazy Susan is?
I shouldn't I?
Yeah, lazy Susan.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
See, it doesn't sound... That was sick.
That was pretty sick, actually. I think that's a pretty cool gift. But anyway, lazy Susan, right? You've been to a Japanese restaurant. You know what it is. You've seen one. You've used one.
Yeah.
The name I've always found really funny for a lazy Susan.
That's where I was...
It's funny though, right?
This is not where my mind went, if that's...
Yeah, there's another.
I don't think we were going to get a clip
more
up.
colloquial meaning for lazy Susan that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
won't go into. If you know what it is, drop it down in the comments.
In full detail, please.
Yeah.
And, preferably a link.
Yeah, as graphic as you can get. Yeah, lazy Susan. So I've always found the name really funny because it sounds like the guy who invented it was like trying to trash talk his wife. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
she just
right.
can't
Lazy
be bothered.
Susan.
Yeah, like, can't be bothered to like put the plates out. So he just invented something like
Lazy Susan.
a thing, and she's like, oh, what are you gonna call it? He's like, I'm gonna call it the lazy Susan. Like typical dad joke. The lazy Susan. And I think I'm actually correct about that because he had the perfect opportunity to call it the Snoozy Susie, but he didn't.
Oh, yeah.
He called it the lazy Susan. So
The Snoozy Susie. I quite like that.
yeah, that was kind of that was the punchline.
Yeah.
The Snoozy Susie
Right.
was the punchline.
I like,
the joke
I like the
doesn't get
Snoozy Susie. It's nice. All right. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Thanks.
We had an eventful weekend. We saw each other yesterday,
Yes, we did.
and we watched the UFC
Yes, I don't remember the number.
275.
275?
I'm gonna lock that one in.
Yes.
So we talked about the last fight,
Yeah.
we talked about it literally last week, didn't we?
The,
UFC, or the week before.
yeah, I think
One
so.
of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And we talked about, I think we did it in the bonus. We talked about how one of the fights were extremely uneventful.
Yes, we did.
And then we discussed yesterday, thinking maybe big boy Daddy Dana
That's
has
right.
come and either provided some incentives
Mm-hmm.
for the fighters, or told them that they're getting fucking fired if they fight like that.
Yeah, totally.
So it was Rose who fought in the fight. It was a title fight, and she lost her title. And
Yes.
they were basically just
they were just dancing around.
Dancing
for,
around.
What is it? 25 minutes.
long ass time.
Yeah.
And then she lost her title, obviously. And then yesterday,
Mm.
we
And
watched.
actually, Dana was super vocal about it. If you actually watched the post-fight press conference, and he talked about that fight, he says like a bunch of stuff about like, well, that was just embarrassing. That shouldn't be, we don't condone that type of thing. This is, doesn't look good for the sport. Doesn't look good for women's sports. He vocally went out and said that he wasn't happy with how that went.
Yeah. And I guess that was Joe Rogan's opinion as well, where he said, imagine. Well, we talked about this yesterday in literally the opposite context.
Yeah.
But imagine showing your friend UFC for the first time, and it's just two people like
Yeah.
the whole time, and especially a female fight which doesn't have as big of a following, obviously, and they're trying to grow the sport, and then you see
Exactly.
something like that, and then you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then again, the opposite was imagine showing someone the fights we saw yesterday that have their eyes closed half the time.
Oh my god, bro! The fights that we saw yesterday were insane.
It was the most brutal total lineup, like
Yeah.
altogether.
Consistently brutal, consistently active, and like very hardcore, violent fights.
Yeah.
And every one of them they just kept getting better and better. After every fight, you and I said, "Well, that's going to get the fight of the night." Oh no, well that's going to get the fight of the night. Oh, now that's going to get fight of the night.
Yeah, it was. We didn't know, and I still don't know what to call the best fight yesterday. The last one was, I mean,
It's got to be the last.
It's gotta be the last
It's got to
one.
be, but they're all so good.
yeah. I mean, it was a title fight, so yeah, there were. Yeah, it was 2 titles were lost yesterday.
Oh wow, yeah. No.
No, she didn't.
No.
Sorry, Bullet
Yeah.
Valentina
Yes.
claimed it. Yeah, she kept her title.
She kept her title, got the victory.
You understand why I
Close.
may have thought that she lost her title.
I could understand that.
Yeah,
Yes,
that
it
was
was
a
a
big
really close fight. But yeah, we were talking about it yesterday, and we were saying that, after that, let's be honest, pretty half-assed performance by the girls from the last event. We were saying Dana must have said, all right, we need to do something inside. So we're thinking that he sent out some sort of PR email, maybe put up some sort of initiative, got a bunch of the people that work for him to go and speak to the fighters, maybe got them all in a room and say to them, hey, look, this type of shit is not acceptable. We need you to fight. You're professional fighters. We need you to fight hard, and we need you to go for the kill every single time. Otherwise, you're going to get dropped from the roster.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
makes sense, because at the end of the day, that's what they're selling. That's
Yeah.
if you're a fighter and you're going for a title, it's irrelevant if you can't sell tickets.
For
If
sure.
people don't want to watch you fight, you're not going to get a title shot.
Yeah.
That's why that is why Conor McGregor is Conor McGregor.
No
It's
doubt.
because he sold the show. It's got nothing to do with his ability.
Yes.
But he is also really good. So
He is really well. He was really good.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, he's still an amazing showman and one of probably the best trash talker they've
yeah,
ever
but
had.
you need to be an amazing showman. That's the thing.
Yes, you
right?
do.
So
But there's no point in being one if you can't fight.
that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we think probably occurred.
If you guys have got any information on this, if you've heard anything about Dana sending out some internal email to kind of hype his fighters up and maybe threaten them, who knows what he did.
I reckon he may have just been like, first round knockouts, get an extra 20k bonus or something. Just like an incentive, just be like, faster the fight's over, the more you get paid. So try your best. out there.
Nice.
Like, I think that's the best way to do it. Otherwise, if you did go ahead and say, that like no more, you got to put in 100% effort,
Yeah.
and you got to try kill the person.
Yeah.
I don't think you can really say that.
No,
He's
no.
like, hey guys, by the way, if you
Yeah.
manage to kill the person, I will pay you more. If just by chance,
Yeah.
rather than
No, I completely agree, man. I reckon that's exactly what happened.
I think he would get ruined in media if that PR email got out if he did that.
Yeah,
you'd have to make it positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's probably not a good idea to blackmail a bunch of fighters.
Just by the way, Rose did not get that bonus last time. So, if you want an indication of how the bonus is, that's
speaking of Valentina, we were talking yesterday about how she didn't do her dance.
Yes.
And here's a picture. Here's a video of the dance in case you're wondering what it looks like. She's good though, right? So I was looking at this dance.
That's not what I was expecting.
No?
I was expecting some sort of Dougie or
some sort of Russian Dougie.
Just a little bit of a
yeah, bit more swaying. Maybe a couple of these.
I don't know, just some Gen Z TikTok dance. I was not expecting that one.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Okay. Were you expecting the dice roll or something like that?
Yeah, that would be better.
Yeah, let's keep that on loop for a while.
Yeah. All right.
No, I was looking at this dance and I was it looked.
So do you know the origin of this dance?
I do know the origin.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember, but in a previous episode we talked about watching Hamzat dance.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. And we talked about how he gets how he's so good at kind of dancing around the ring because he does this type of dancing. And it's actually the same dance that she's doing.
Where's he from?
Chechnya or some part of Russia, some Eastern European country. It was claimed by Russia, I suppose.
This is like a form of tap dancing, isn't it?
I mean, I guess it's like a traditional dance that they do, but there's a lot of fast foot movements and yeah.
It's very hype, I see.
I guess they both do it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Is it so do you think that dance is from the similar origin?
Absolutely is, but I think
where's Valentina from?
I think she's Russian as well.
She's Russian. And she doesn't fight out of Russia, does she? Yeah, she does.
I think she does, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But the more important thing about the dance is I think that it actually has something to do with the skill level of the fighters. Because I think if you grow up doing this traditional dance, it's got all these super fast foot movements, it probably is going to translate into your ability to fight.
A lot of
I know it's a stretch here.
You're not reaching here at all. Okay. You're reaching with the clips that you've provided as evidence. Oh, for sure.
I see.
No one's going to be like, that guy can fight.
You see people at the boxing gyms just doing this from now on.
But no, dancing and fighting are very closely related. I mean, there are dance fighting styles.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying.
We have capoeira.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's a dance fighting style.
Yeah.
So there are dance fighting styles.
Tai Chi.
And it's sometimes hard to tell the difference between someone doing martial arts or a dance, really.
It's true.
It's got a rhythm, you know. There's, especially when you're boxing as well.
Yes.
There's definitely you're counting like BPMs to that, you know. It's like you're
it's kind of like DJing.
Yeah, well, it is in a way. That's why I'm such a good fighter.
Nice.
Yeah. Nah.
I don't know if I'd want to claim that on a YouTube show. You might have people try to call you out when they see you.
No, I definitely can't fight. Please don't try to fight me. Speaking of another really good fighter, Logan Paul has it's a bit of a rough segue, isn't
it? I mean, really good compared to your average guy. Well, probably,
he dances and he fights, so we can segue in that way, I guess.
I see, yeah.
But
I see.
Basically, the man's finally getting some heat on him for all the shit coins he's been showing.
He's been slanging.
And I commented on this, and all I said was, finally. Like,
damn.
You know, it's him. Do they have some names in there of the other? Like, 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 the other? Like
Dink Doink.
No. Don't read that shit out. Just some other celebrity names in there.
Coin.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. Dink Doink was I think, Microsoft Paperclip fucking ripoff.
Oh, yeah, I remember that thing.
It was very similar to that Paperclip thing.
I see.
And it was called Dink Doink, and I think it was a fucking spring instead of a paperclip. So, and they were meant to do animated, like a cartoon, like South Park, and they used the South Park animation style to the T.
Okay.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
And it was
kind of like Towley. You know Towley from South Park?
Nah.
You know, it's like a towel with like eyes and shit like that.
Yeah. Spot on.
Yeah.
Chuck some googly eyes on a spring that looks like it came out of a car. Can you just get Dink Doink out?
Can I just see what this looks like? Oh, it looks
It's a literal
exactly like
spring.
Towley, dude. That's so funny.
It's literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So they were making this cartoon, and Logan Paul's in it, and like the only episode I've seen is his assistant freaking out over how many abs he has. So it's narcissistic for one, which is fun, and the rest is just stupid. So he's made this, and he said, "You buy the NFT, you know, we're growing this community. We're going to bring out other characters." And I think they made it wasn't an NFT. I think it was a coin, Dink Doink coin.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
So,
and
naturally, he pumped it and dumped it.
What do you think happened here? Do you think that like some kid's mum some kid who spent like his entire, I don't know, savings account on buying one of these stupid Dink Donk coins, like the mum was just like, well, who is this Logan Paul telling you to spend your money on, and then she just probably contacted a lawyer and then like put out a lawsuit or something.
I imagine it's the same as when I used to ask my mum when I was like 14, being like, hey, I need $100 for my Xbox, like online to buy games or something.
Right. But then you actually get the games. This is different. You're buying a fucking stupid,
I'm sure that kid sold it as I need it for this or for that. Like, it's irrelevant how they got the credit card, but they figured it out. And at that age, I definitely knew how to use a card.
Oh yeah.
So younger, even much younger.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, they're starting to get some heat, and this is all. I don't know how this has not been caught on by media faster after the amount of YouTubers and people that are like trying to break these stories about millions going missing, especially Luna. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about Luna as well. So I think his name's Do Kwon. So he lost 20 bill, I think it was, or 60 bill.
Do Kwon? That sounds like the name of a coin.
He's a CEO of Luna, which crashed.
Went to zero. Yeah, I remember.
So he lost 60 billion for his investors. The last person who lost 60 billion for their investors and this was not in crypto.
Yes.
Went to jail for 150 years.
Is that Bernie Madoff?
I think so. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Can you search Bernie Madoff? Yeah, search that as well. Sorry, Gail. Yeah, that sounds very familiar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were comparing those two.
Right.
And and then it just says, instead of going to jail, he started Luna 2.0. So I think there's enough heat now for everyone to start getting a little bit involved.
What do you mean?
For the government to get involved, sorry. And the media to get involved is what I'm mean by everyone.
But it's an epidemic of scams. It's not just one here and there. Pretty much everyone I know has talked to me about starting a coin, and like, it's how do you even,
It's apparently not very difficult. So you just have to be totally okay with being a piece of shit, screwing people over, and potentially being called a scammer for the rest of your life, and potentially also going to jail. So it's basically just crime.
Yeah.
Unless you actually have the intention.
Yes.
Which
hard to prove.
I can't even believe I'm saying this.
Hard to prove.
Well, we just meant to believe you're a good guy with our finances. Like, there needs to be things in place that'd be like, this gets the check. Like, this is okay to buy. You know what I mean?
I mean, what's the difference between setting up a crypto, pumping it, and then selling out, and really starting something that you think is going to go somewhere and failing? What's the difference?
I guess that's within your control, really. The failure of it is within your control.
Well, some people just fail.
Yeah, but that was their fault. That wasn't the fault of someone else being like, I'm going to pump and dump this.
But like, okay, so when you invest in a business, right? You're investing and you're saying, okay, I'm investing this much money because I'm going to get a 10x return if this business succeeds. But it could just fail and I could lose all my money.
Yeah, but there are parameters in place for that as well. Whereas this is just like, it. This is really, there's zero information that I have that says this will either succeed or fail.
I see.
When you're going into a business, you're looking at, if you're doing it from scratch, there's a lot of risk. But if you're going into a business that already exists, you've got statistics and client base, or a lot of stuff that you can base the value of that of that company on.
For sure.
Or even when you're starting a company, you can base it off those things. If you have a client base already, or if you have anything.
But still, it's no guarantee it's going to succeed, right?
It's more of a guarantee than just being like, we're just going to collectively hope that we all succeed. And this one guy pretty much gets to make the decision whether or not that happens, and we have no say in it.
Yeah. No, I can agree with that, bro. It's just
like if Tesla tanks, then all the people who invested in Tesla are going to be calling for Elon's head and what he, and there will be consequences.
What if his business fails?
Yeah.
Why? Like, you can't do anything to the guy. He just failed at keeping his business running. That's it.
Yeah, but this guy didn't fail. This tanked like 90% in one day.
Yeah. Here's the difference. I've just figured it out, right? If you let your business fail, cash out, become super fucking rich, and never talk about it again, that's a pump and dump Ponzi scheme type of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go down with the ship and you go bankrupt as well, and you're still in control of the company, you tried your best. Hey, sorry, man. Better luck next time.
I 100% agree. So, what's that article you just had up of Do Kwon? Okay, so Do Kwon cashed out over $80 million per month before Luna and UST collapsed.
Oh.
So thanks for that definition.
Yeah, okay.
So can we kill him now?
I didn't buy any Luna, so...
Neither did I, but...
Guess I'm okay.
The thing is, if you were going to buy, this would be the one you'd buy. Definitely be in the top 10 of ones you would buy, being like, this is a good coin.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I had so many videos telling me to buy Luna.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
Heaps of them saying, if you buy Luna, you're going to get rich. All the big,
there's
Bitboy Crypto and all those guys.
Yeah, there's literally videos of Do Kwon being like, Luna's going to fail.
Oh. Just announcing
him talking to people, being like, well, Luna's going to fail for sure, but whatever.
Wow.
It's done its purpose, which is make me a lot of money. But when you're doing this, right? You're like, okay, guys, I've got an idea. Give me all your money. Mm-hmm. And then he takes the money and then just leaves. That's basically what's happened, right? It's not like investors are like this was a possibility.
Yes.
He's cashing out.
He's not reinvesting it in the business to try to actually make it successful.
Yeah.
He's just taking the money.
He's just stealing money from other people. That's
Well, look, man, it's a
the name originated with Charles Ponzi.
We're entering a new age, admittedly, right? And there's always gonna be some teething problems, if you know what I mean. We had the .com bubble at the beginning of the internet, and then now we're entering sort of like a crypto metaverse type of era, and we're having another crypto collapse now, which is similar to the .com bubble. Hey, but we're entering a pretty exciting place. And I'll tell you why.
Are we looking on the bright side here?
Yeah, we're looking on the bright side. And I'm glad that you said that, because the next bit I have for you is, and we've talked about this before, we like electric cars. We've always talked about how could we get free electricity. So we have the first production solar-powered car.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So this is aptly named the Lightyear Zero.
Wow.
It is ugly as but...
I'm a fan.
You like?
It just looks like a Tesla.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know about that cover over the back wheel.
That's unnecessary, but
No,
yeah.
I think it is necessary for like aerodynamics.
No, I mean unnecessary design-wise.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, for aesthetically pleasing purposes only.
If it's for that, then yeah, I completely agree.
Well, that's the only point that I'm making.
Oh yeah, I mean Justin Bieber actually has a
just-
car that had that.
Just for me personally.
No,
Isn't that a design from like the 50s?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to improve like less drag or whatever. I don't know.
More aerodynamic?
Yeah. Anyway, so I'll tell you a little bit
Whatever.
about this car. It's once you buy it, you won't need to charge it for something like 7 or 8 months. So it'll just run off the sun. And then after that, you'll probably have to top it up every now and then.
Yeah, I don't understand why Tesla wouldn't also have this.
It's a good question. Well, I mean, yeah, they
'Cause
got solar
at
panels.
the very least,
Yeah.
at the very least, you'd be getting a couple of extra miles with that solar power on the roof or whatever, right? Like you're charging the thing anyway. We get that, but
Yeah.
can we make it last a little bit longer if I'm driving the fucking sun all the time?
But then you wouldn't get the panoramic roof, though, bro.
Ah, right.
It's like one of the best parts about a Tesla is the panoramic roof.
Yeah, right.
And you
But the
wouldn't get
bonnet could, we could solar power that up.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is okay. Can we look
Lightyear.
at the photo a little bit?
This is the Lightyear Zero.
Oh, so the whole back of that thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's why it's black, right?
And it's got a pretty hefty price tag. I don't know if you can see that there. 250,000 euros.
Yeah, but like, what's the price of gas?
It'd probably be more than that by the time you get one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously.
Mm.
So, yeah, okay. This is very cool. I'm
Cool.
a big fan of this. I'm actually very into solar, and I'll tell you why.
Tell me.
South Africa's solar is getting massive
Oh, yeah?
because the government is unable to provide anyone with anything.
Reliable energy?
really. Energy, water.
Uh-huh.
We're pretty much short on everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough out there.
Mm.
But, well, not really. It's just a bunch of corruption that's occurred there, and no one's really done anything about it. Thanks, UN. Well, we're not part of the UN, I don't think, are we?
South Africa?
No.
I don't know.
I think we're Russia, China.
Oh, BRICS.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, BRICS.
Yeah.
Is the S not for South Africa?
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're part of BRICS. That's why shit's That's why everything's gone wrong over there.
Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah, no one's helping South Africa talking about it or anything. But anyway, we'll get to that at another point. So while I was over there, my cousin actually got solar installed into their property because there's this thing in South Africa called load shedding, and it's worse in some places than in other places.
What's it called again?
Load shedding.
Load shedding.
Yes.
Okay.
And basically they cut the power off in certain areas for a couple of hours
Why?
because they don't have power.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So they have
So-
to like kind of share the power around and have like dark like.
So certain areas have blackout times.
Oh,
Yeah.
bruh.
Yeah, this is very common, by the way. So at the where we stay over the Christmas holiday, which is a very small town, beach town,
Yeah.
where the batch is.
Yes.
That is, we have roughly 6 to 8 hour periods with no power.
What?
Yeah, and then usually when we're in the city in Cape Town, it's roughly I think 1 to 2, maybe 3 hours. I think maximum.
And at what time does this happen?
Shit, man. Literally at any time, usually at night. For some reason, it'll just... At 6 p.m., it's just off.
What? At 6 p.m. That's
You
like,
have, like,
the time
6
when you want power. When you're like
I know.
watching the news.
I know.
What?
I know. It's... I just know... I can remember how inconvenient it was to have load shedding. Regardless, my cousin no longer has that problem because they've installed solar panels. Their whole power, they call it being completely off the grid.
I see.
So,
Yeah, that's a perfect solution.
and I've seen it work. I've seen the solar power literally when load shedding goes off, everyone's complaining about it on Instagram and whatever. We're just chilling with the power on. We bring we tell the boys come around, have a beer. We've got power. Watch the game. Not a problem.
Yeah.
So a big fan of solar, especially in a country in South Africa.
For sure.
And it's getting bigger and bigger in South Africa, obviously, because everyone's having this issue where they don't have power. So obviously the first thing you'd want to do is get these solar panels.
I'm totally on board with that. I mean, I'm more on board with them fixing the whole like central power grid, but I mean, if this is the way to kind of bridge that gap, then it works.
I mean, I don't even know where to start with South Africa's issues, which one would even be the highest priority. I don't even think that electricity is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a fun fact for you about the solar power and
crazy, man.
Yeah. I really want to talk about Davide. If you guys have been watching Love Island,
yes.
We've got a very special guest this season, and this man is a Italian stallion, or as he would like to refer to himself,
yes,
the Italian snack.
Italian snack. That's right. Yeah, first time I set eyes on this man, it was definitely an experience.
I came.
Yeah, it was.
This dude has got to be one of the most symmetrically beautiful, ripped dudes I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And they brought him in at the perfect time. Every time in Love Island, you know that there's the couple up, and then as soon as people are in a couple, they're like, all right, send one in.
Yeah.
And that person who gets sent in, I swear, usually makes it pretty far down the line.
Yeah, they send the hottest person in like just after that sort of thing's happening.
A man is only as loyal as his options, even if it's only been an hour. Well,
yeah.
Everyone is only as loyal as their options.
Well, we saw that right on the episode.
Yeah. That is every season. It's like, it doesn't matter who they're coupled up with. As soon as a new person walks in, they're like, oh shit, someone new here.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care. They're like, I'm not, whatever. That's
Sorry.
your old news. Even though the coupling just happened an hour ago.
Oh shit, there he is.
So this guy, natty or not.
Natty or not. We need more plates to do a natty or not on this guy.
Yeah,
he's
seriously.
Right on the
I really want to
borderline.
get just the comment section going on this one. Natty or not. That's all you need to say. Natty or not. But he's definitely ripped beyond belief.
He's about exactly as ripped as you'd want to be,
Honestly,
more, no less.
I think he would have had a better bet just going on TikTok, hey? Why did he go on Love Island? Just go on TikTok and just say, hello, everybody. Davide.
Living Davide Loca.
Yeah, Living Davide Loca.
That should be his name.
Yeah. So how deep are you? You've only seen episode 1?
I've literally just seen his entrance and that's it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I've seen.
All right. Well, I hope you guys are all enjoying the new Love Island series. You can see it on Neon in New Zealand or ITV or wherever people watch it in the States. I don't even really know.
If you've got if you want to tell me something about it, I'm here to to hear some of it. Was anything super outrageous?
Oh,
happened?
you want me to spoil some?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much instantly. Okay, well, spoiler warning. If you are watching Love Island, I'll turn it off now or just mute me for the next minute. So he straight away comes in, steals a bird immediately.
So wait, she was already coupled up?
So everyone's coupled up.
Okay.
And then he comes in. And then they say, Davide, you have the option of choosing your girl. So everyone's got a graft for the next 24 hours. And then Davide gets to pick who he wants. So he talks to every single girl, every single one, and pretty much hits on all of them the exact same way.
Which is?
You're very beautiful. I'm keen, maybe.
Yeah.
And they're all like, yep, sweet.
That's probably all he needs, though.
Yeah. He literally said nothing. A whole lot of and I can tell the girls are like, just really like his... I could just tell we're gonna have a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
You know, that's like all they're saying.
Yeah.
And he's saying the same shit too, because he knows he can't say anything about them because he's learnt nothing about them. Because he's not asking them any questions. Because he can't speak English. This guy.
Perfect.
I understand getting an Italian guy in to shake things up.
Yeah.
And this is a bit like the Too Hot to Handle series, season 2. There was a young South African man. He's Afrikaans for sure, that went on there. And not only does he have a South African accent, but he had like the worst one I've personally ever heard. And I've heard them all.
I see, yeah.
This was one of the worst ones.
Even worse than G-Rads? It can't be.
No,
it
no,
can't
no.
be.
G-Rad is a combination of many different accents, and I don't know what's going on there.
I see.
But you can understand this guy. It was just cringe as like, you can understand the Italian guy. It's just cringe.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if he spoke in his, like, native tongue, then it would probably sound incredible. But if you have a strong accent like that, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's definitely tough, because the girls as well are like, what was that?
I don't think they care though, bro.
They don't.
Like, the fact he's got a Italian accent. I mean, is there anything better?
I never want to hear that communication is key ever again.
Yeah.
All right? Never. Because it's irrelevant. Obviously, I just need more abs. So just shut up. Shut up. All right. Anyway.
I want to say, like,
this is exclusive to people that would go on Love Island. Okay.
When we talk about G-Rad, we've got to find like a like just a real short, like 1 second video of him just like talking gibberish from the old pair.
We should just bring him on the show for a bit. This is my stepdad, by the way. His name's Gerard.
Yeah.
Full name Gerardus. And the only... no one can say that, so everyone calls him G-Rad.
Yeah.
Fun fact, yeah. He's going to love his little feature.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, so this is what happens. So he picks the girl that's probably like most sought after naturally,
Oh, yes.
and the guy that was with her at the time, he's like, oh, I would still like really like to get to know you, but yeah, I know that you're cracking on with Davide, so yeah. And she's like, yeah, I really like him, and then he was like, oh, I just want to see where your head's at, and she's like, yeah, I do really, really, really find Davide attractive. So I'm going to pursue that. And then he's like, yeah, it's fair. It's fair.
Ooh,
I understand.
the pain.
So anyway, she doesn't get to pick. He picks that chick.
Mm-hmm.
And then he picks that chick,
Yes.
and then the guy is single. Yeah.
What?
And he's basically just mopes around and is depressed for like the next couple of days.
Oh.
But there's a machine on the show.
Yes.
His name is Luca.
Okay.
And he is an absolute weapon.
Okay.
He's got the least amount of abs in the villa. And after Davide chooses this girl, 2 more girls come in as well.
Yes.
This is only up to like episode 3 at this point.
Right.
And Davide
Mm-hmm.
ends up losing his chick, the one that he originally went, the one that's most sought after,
Yeah.
to the smooth talking,
Huh.
tatted up,
Huh.
little bit chubby.
Little pudgy. Oh shit!
Yeah.
But I mean, come on. I mean, I wouldn't say that's pudgy.
No,
This guy
I wasn't
is
saying pudgy. I was referring to.
a bit softer compared to David.
Yeah, I mean, me and this guy got similar body types. I'm a little bit taller, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what?
So
this,
at the end
this
of the
guy
day,
went for
at
the
the end of
chick?
the day, tats and chat. That's what's come through at the end here.
So wait, the new guy came in. He started talking to Davide's girl, right?
No, so he was there from the start.
Oh,
And he's already broken off almost another relationship.
right.
And he's got another one if he wants her.
Uh-huh.
So this guy's 3-timing.
I see.
Yeah. There's only 2 girls that he's not interested in. And he hasn't talked to them once. But the other 3, he's been running. And now there's 2 new girls. So I think he's got about 4 under his plate at the moment that he's dealing with. But he
Wow.
decided to say, you know what? If I could change beds, I'd just pick you because you're the hottest. He didn't say that, obviously. But
Yeah.
in more words, that's exactly what he said. He said, if I could right now, I'd hop in your bed.
So hold on. Is this another win for the dad bods?
It's a win for the chat.
I see.
Because he's just straight up lying.
Okay.
He is just straight up talking.
What's he said?
He's just talking shit. He's just said exactly that, but to every single one of them. But he's also been like, but I just want you to go out there and also, just like get to know everyone and like just do what you want to do.
Oh, I see.
He's gone full boy, basically, and it's working for him. So he's doing well. But
So just like rock, paper, scissors, rock beats scissors, a guy who can speak English beats a perfect-looking Italian man who can't speak English.
that's right. Yeah,
Wow.
that's right. The chat always wins.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks.
That's what I'm saying.
Chat always wins.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's basically Love Island. But we'll keep you guys updated on the show and what happens. I'm very invested, obviously. I want to know about the Switzerland thing, bro.
Oh, the Switzerland thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So
isn't it Sweden?
No, it's Switzerland. Switzerland. So, I don't really like talking about this topic too much, but a couple of weeks ago there was a horrific event over in the US. Another school shooter.
In Texas, right?
Hmm?
In Texas? Was it Texas?
I don't know exactly, but another school shooter. I think
it was
killed like 12.
Can you just search Uvalde, Texas?
And it's got the discussion going again about, why doesn't the US change
the gun regulation and
the gun regulations?
Yeah.
And everyone on the left is saying, it's about time, blah blah blah. What our country doesn't like us, they hate our kids, that's why they won't change it. And the people on the right are saying, no, you're never taking my guns, blah blah blah. But
same old argument.
Same old argument. It's been happening for hundreds of years.
Do you know why those people don't want their guns taken off them?
Absolutely.
Or what their main Yeah.
I do know what it is. You want to tell me?
No, well, what I've seen a lot of this of, and I've seen this from people that are upset that they're using this again. Okay, so they believe that the government are causing or faking these shootings or giving someone with mental health issues a gun or providing them with one and saying like planning it and planting this shooter in there.
Yes.
And getting rid of him so that they can take the guns off the people. So the government can buy the guns back. Which is what Jacinda went on to that show and said, that she wants to buy all the guns back.
Well, she's already started doing it.
Yeah. So that's a similar what they think is happening.
I see.
They say that the school shootings are being caused by the government or orchestrated by the government.
Yeah.
In some way.
As a way to build up
this
support
anti-gun thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, I hadn't heard that, but I have heard that the people who
I had never heard that before.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, really? Is that what a lot of people think? And then I deep dived on that and apparently that's a lot. It's a big movement in the US.
That is, if that's true, that is a crazy conspiracy.
I imagine it's the same amount of people that believe in Bigfoot, maybe almost to the exact number.
Well, probably the same amount of people that believe that 9/11 was a setup.
No, I don't know about that one.
Because that's the same thing.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
Killing a bunch of people so that you could go to Iraq.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is true.
Oh.
Anyway,
continue. So maybe these guys might be right.
I'm not totally against it, man. If you actually look at the amount, we're not that... the wars that have occurred weren't that long ago.
No.
All the crazy shit that humanity has done.
Yes.
Some of the craziest shit only happened 100 years ago. It's not that long ago, right?
Yeah,
so why would you assume that the government today is totally squeaky clean, ready to go, not causing mass hysteria, not causing propaganda in order to win? They're just following
the old playbook.
What old mate Hitler did, and look what he managed to achieve.
Wow.
So I understand why you would be like, the government is definitely doing something outrageous to take our guns or to start a war for the sake of money, and all the people that were involved in that, including Dick Cheney, made the most amount of money ever in his career when he was the vice president during 9/11.
So
anyway.
That's possible. I believe that it'd be difficult to prove, but it's possible. What I had heard about the people on the right and why they don't want to let go of their guns is because they believe that in the event of a government takeover, they need the ability to arm themselves and form a civilian militia.
Yeah, which is Yeah. So the government know that, and that's why they're doing this, to get the guns off them, so that they could win if that was the case. Or if they wanted to implement something like a worldwide vaccine, no one would stand up to them to shoot them.
I think I don't believe that is true. I don't believe that... Oh, actually, that after a school shooting, the sales of guns spike. You know this, right?
No, I did not know that.
They always spike because people are scared.
Yeah.
They want guns. If somebody else is going to have a gun and shoot at me, I want to have a gun too.
That's true.
And you know that the governments are working with the companies that make and sell the guns. So they want to keep making tax money off of the guns.
Duh.
So probably it's better to have more shootings.
That's the worst part. If they had nothing to do with the government, I don't think it would be as big of a deal. But the government are heavily involved.
Anyway, so this is where Switzerland comes in. So Switzerland, you can also buy guns almost just as easily as you can buy them in the US. Except Switzerland has one of the lowest gun crime rates in the world. Alright guys, we're just going to watch this video and then we'll be back with you after we've seen it.
So we've just finished watching this video. It's from the... What's Trevor Noah's show called? The Late Show?
Yeah, something like that.
So one of the hosts there has gone and interviewed someone from Switzerland regarding the gun regulations in Switzerland.
Yeah, so before you go on, the reason that they chose Switzerland is because, if you haven't seen this video, Switzerland seems to be just as armed per capita as the US.
Yeah.
Yet they have some of the lowest gun crime in the world. And they love their guns. They have shooting clubs, they have all sorts of stuff, and guns are just as common over there as they are in the US, yet no mass shooting problem.
Yeah. So, a couple of reasons that this video spoke about as to why that may be is the fact that every single man that wants to buy a gun, or every single man has a duty to go into the army?
Yeah, from how I understand it, every man has to do a mandatory service, so they have to actually go and do training in the army as part of being a citizen of the country, and they get to learn about guns, they get to shoot guns, they get to find out what guns are used for, which is killing people, essentially.
Yeah.
Which is going to give you some respect for guns, right?
Yeah.
If your understanding of guns is that you use them in a war context to kill people, and that's what they're for, as opposed to seeing them in a rap video with people wearing chains and like dancing around, then yeah, you're probably going to respect guns a bit more, right?
100%. Like, even just putting that into perspective for me right now, I've never seen guns as a positive. I don't know what people would use them for, but they're sick.
They are pretty cool.
We've got some on set. The ultimate purpose is to kill other people. That's what they were designed for.
Yeah, perfectly designed for killing people.
That's.
So while guns
they
are
had
cool,
swords, and then they made the gun, and they were like, "We're good.
Yeah,
we've got a gun now."
Still haven't beaten that.
Haven't beaten the the Glock.
No,
just the what's up, son.
And for all of you Star Wars fans out there, I don't know why you would think a lightsaber is better than a laser gun. You can't kill someone at distance, for example.
In the new Obi-Wan series, which has come out on Disney Plus, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which features Darth Vader, by the way, for the first time since the sequels came out, for any Star Wars fans, which is really nice to see. Hayden Christensen, I think his name is. I can't say it properly. Is playing Darth Vader again.
Cool.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, for the first 4 episodes, first 3 episodes, only uses his gun. And he kills everyone.
Yeah.
It's a lightsaber that you don't have to be near someone to kill them with it. He shoots lasers. Yeah. Is that not better than the lightsaber?
I would say it probably is going to be better. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Guns are superior to lightsabers, but, again, while guns are cool, it's not cool to carry a gun around people, especially if you don't know how to use it.
Yeah. And the other thing that they do as well is background checks. So you can't just go into Walmart and say, here's money, give me a gun. You've got to register it, and even if it's been passed down to you, you've got to tell the police that you have a gun. Yeah. So they've got a record of everyone that has a gun in Switzerland.
There you go.
I mean...
If it could only be so simple.
Yeah. So I don't understand how that isn't a law that they could implement in the States. Is it because they're going for the full Monty? So what my understanding is from the New Zealand referendum when it came to marijuana, the legislation that they were proposing was to legalize?
Yes.
Instead of decriminalize?
I think so, yes.
So, which took a lot of the older voters' votes away. And they said they would have voted yes if it was decriminalized versus just legalized because they wanted to be regulated. They wanted to not be like, oh, you can do what you want.
Yeah.
there's got to be government systems in place when you're dealing with something like marijuana, because as chill as it is for most people, not everyone has the same effect to every drug on the planet. There's got to be, when it's when it has an effect on your body.
For sure. Yeah, yeah.
You know, like alcohol is, like pills from the pharmacy. I mean,
I completely agree with you, man. Like, if it had been like, we just decriminalized it, then it probably would have got passed. But
I think 100% would have passed.
Yeah.
100%, because we weren't far off. But we were like 47%
yeah,
or something.
we were super close.
Very close. 53% no. Something like that. And I guess, is that maybe the same result that they face in the US? That they're calling for you no more guns?
Well,
instead of being like, hey guys, what if we just got everyone to register that you have a gun, so then we know that you have guns, and we know who's got them, and you've passed a test that says you're not completely sane, and you've also done a training course to just say that you can use the guns. For 99% of you, you will have fun at that training course because it's what you like doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think they've ever done a thing like that in the US. I don't think they've ever done.
How is that not something that's being proposed?
I just think it's so deep in their culture, man, that they're just never going to do it. Like, it's like the chicken and the egg situation.
They would have to make 350 plus million people basically do that, though.
Yeah, yeah.
That's less than 350 because not everyone has a gun. But
yeah, it's got the Wild West roots. Like, Americans are, they're like cowboys. They like shooting. They like doing standoffs. It's cool. That the American hero is a gun-wielding cowboy.
Yeah.
It's not... It just feels like, for them, it would be taking a part of their identity away, probably.
Well, it's not about taking the guns away. It's about educating. And it's about, having a list of people that own dangerous weapons.
I'll tell you why I think it's like the chicken and the egg situation.
If you have a weapon that can kill someone by a movement of your finger, shouldn't that be fucking written down somewhere?
Well, here's the argument on the other side, right? People say all of the guns that have been used in these big shootings have been the main shootings have been committed by people who sourced the gun illegally. So it doesn't matter what sort of system you have, people can still get guns. Right?
Yeah, but why are they not doing that in Switzerland?
Probably because the problem is deeper, right? It's an attitude problem. It's like they don't have to do service. The American hero has money, doesn't give a fuck about anyone, and, is all powerful and can kill anyone whenever they want. Right? Whereas that's not how Switzerland is. They're like got a deep sense of community and,
what do you think New Zealand's like?
Keep to yourself, don't bother anyone, don't flex too much.
But we've had a mass shooting here.
Yeah, but it was like once in a blue moon type of deal,
Do you think it's because of access to guns?
And that guy was an Aussie, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it because of access to guns?
How many mass shootings have there been in modified gun?
Yeah, it wasn't automatic here. Oh no.
It was an AR.
It was an AR-15.
He created his own extended mag.
Oh.
That's not that difficult.
It isn't?
I don't think so.
On the next episode, we'll show you.
Yeah, we'll show you how to create an extended mag. You can get one of those on Wish.
I
don't know if I'd use the Wish
Extendo
one.
mag, baby.
Yeah.
With the reflex scope. See, do you think it's video games?
Man, I had this conversation with someone the other day. Like, whether it's video games, it's like, oh, dude, I have to show you this. Here we go. Gail, this may be difficult to find, but please just type into YouTube 12-year-old robs grocery store with a gun. I have to show you this. Is it video games?
Oh, I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen?
I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
Gail, we'll get the clip for you another time. Don't worry.
Yeah.
If you find it, that's the one.
Oh, he's got it?
It's recent, yeah.
Yeah, super recent.
He fucking shoots it, doesn't he?
Can we just watch it?
Yeah. I thought this was nuts. This was like, okay, this is culture. This has got nothing to do with access. This is culture.
For sure.
What's up, motherfucker? Bah!
Yeah.
She's here.
Dude.
This is culture, 100%.
For sure.
Okay.
For
Chuck
sure.
that up for us.
Yeah, man.
I'm not sure I understand.
All right, sorry.
That's Ciro, bro.
Ciro.
Ciro.
Surveillance video from a crime in Hartford showing a 12-year-old child rob a gas station clerk at gunpoint. We first told you
Put the
about
money
this
in the
yesterday at
bag.
6 o'clock. Tonight, we're talking to
Oh.
the woman who was behind the counter.
So pause quickly.
New State's Whitney Burney is in the news.
That's basically the whole video. So he's standing in the line, he's hiding his gun, and then he gets up there and just straight points it and he says, "Put the money in the bag." Puts the bag on the table, and she goes, and she probably said something like, "You're not serious," and he goes, bang, shoots it, and he goes, like he flinches himself.
Yeah, he flinches.
Can we watch that shot again? Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, "Are you serious?"
Yep. Boom. He's like, "Ho, that shit was popping."
And he goes, "Yeah." Straight after he shoots, he goes, "Yeah."
Yeah. He does speak like that, eh? Yeah. You can hear the audio in it as well. Yeah. It's the most nuts thing.
Unbelievable, dude.
And I think it's just part of the culture. There's so many people that rally around, what's that dude's name? Kyle
Rittenhouse?
Rittenhouse?
Yeah.
Fuck, how unfortunate is it his name's Kyle, eh?
Sorry, Kyle.
But that guy's gone on podcasts afterwards and bragged about, really? Yeah, he said something about like, "I'm fucking MILFs now," and like shit like that. Like he's like proud of his shit. He's like, "I beat the case."
Yeah.
Like, stand up for my MAGA family.
Wow.
He's
Okay.
it's definitely a culture problem in America that it's kill or be killed.
That is, yeah, people will do anything to get that clout right now. And that includes shooting people.
I don't think that was his intention. I think he's generally just hyped up on this shit.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I'm starting to see this in New Zealand. I've seen it during COVID happen in many countries, but definitely in New Zealand it's growing, and the States have been at it for years.
Mm-hmm.
And we've talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
There is no left versus right. There's some of your opinions where you are keen on gun control, but consider yourself conservative or a Republican.
Yes.
It's not the same argument.
Yeah.
It's not two sides. It's not I'm right, you're wrong,
Yes.
because you're left and I'm right.
Yes.
And when are we gonna? There's a battle, and in the States every year there's an election, and it's split down the middle, and this team versus this team,
Mm-hmm.
and they basically fight each other, and this one has this set of rules, and this one has this set of rules.
Yes. And it's never going to be resolved because
It's like America's anti-unity. It's like
anti-unity.
there is no America. There's just people in a land that have completely different opinions that like fight each other. And I see it in New Zealand as well. If you are conservative, then you must hate the LGBT community. Like,
yeah, that is weird, isn't it? That they conflate the beliefs like that. Like, just because maybe you might...
Because I like one thing, I must like the other. It's a generalization, gigantic generalization for a decision that, who gets to control the most powerful country in the world.
I guess everyone's they just want to feel like they're right. They want to feel like they're right.
Everyone wants to feel like they're included in the decision making of their government. And the government's only giving them two options.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be like that.
No.
And I like the fact in New Zealand we've got many, many different parties and people,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's National versus Labour mostly.
Yes.
But
which is the same kind of, in a way. It is kind of the left versus the right.
yeah, but there is a lot of influences from other parties as well in New Zealand that they can get involved there. Whereas America's a tough one. I mean, blue versus red, and they're willing to kill each other over it.
And you know how Americans are with their sports teams, right?
It is very sports like when you're watching. We watched the election with Donald Trump and Joe Biden like it was a sports game.
Oh yeah, the setup was like that. They had the team colors. They had hyped. Like the perfect camera setup. All the lighting was incredible. Like the camera shots, everything was insane, and it was like a death match. They'd get 3 minutes to battle each other.
The
like
debate.
It was crazy.
We had the debate as well with Jacinda Ardern and what's her name?
Judith Collins.
Judith Collins.
And refereed by our boy Paddy Gower.
That's right. Refereed. That is the best term to use.
Yeah.
And after that, I'm like, this is America's we're doing here, for one. But
Yes.
two, also, I'm loving it. And you want to hate a side. You want to hate the,
You do.
You want to love the winner, you want to hate the loser.
That's right.
That's like, you want the team to, like, I'll go watch an NFL game.
Yeah.
Or let's talk about the NBA at the moment. It's the
Okay.
Warriors versus the Celtics. I think it's going into game 4 now.
Oh, yes.
It's game 4 coming up.
Mm.
So, I mean, you get passionate about an underdog like the Celtics. And you get hateful towards, like, the Warriors.
Yeah, super team.
Yeah, you're just like, these guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you get, like, kind of hateful, but you've got no skin in the game.
No.
You got nothing to do
Yeah,
with it.
you were never at practice, bro.
Yeah.
You probably can't even shoot a 3.
And I voted top, so why did I care about fucking Jacinda Ardern and Judith going at it? But I was like, come on, Jacinda, come on, Judith, let's go.
Yeah.
I don't like either of them, but it's the entertainment aspect behind it, the drama, the scandal, the Trump leaking, the emails with the Hillary Clinton. It's like, oh, Trump's one up, and it's a race, and it's like,
Totally.
Is this how we want to decide who's in charge? Just
Well,
a fucking
giant popularity contest.
just a shit show.
Yeah.
Popularity sports game.
With almost no rules. So you can just start rumors about the other
can just do
person and
whatever
do
you
a
want.
campaign and like just have some stuff leaked, right? And
I
you do it
just-
at critical times as well. Like
Yeah.
when you start to see them edge you out, you like put out a campaign about some BS thing that they did 20 years ago
Yeah.
to try to like bring down their ratings. And not, I mean, it's so hard to police this stuff because the government in the US has got more money than anyone else, right? Or they have more money at their disposal than anyone else. And so if you're out here trying to make money like other people, you're just going to get paid off by the government to do whatever it is you have to do to make them win, right? There is no more powerful entity than the government, which gives them the power to basically silence anything, skate past laws, all sorts of stuff. But with that said, I am kind of enjoying how New Zealand is taking a bit more of like a US-style approach to our political debates. I mean, it makes it more of a spectacle.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's completely irrelevant who's in charge. I think everyone it up. Everyone at least up half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They get at least half wrong.
they get half right, they get half wrong, and then every time whoever cares more about the wrong stuff, they just swap, and then the other team gets everything right and wrong. 50-50 is pretty much. I don't think there has been a government that's been,
Did everyone was like, yeah, this is other than Putin's government, he's been in power for like 40 years.
yeah, no one's mad at him. No
Yeah.
one's.
Seems
no one's
everyone
upset. Everyone's
approves of
super
him.
happy there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Everyone's stoked. Anyway, that's almost us for this episode. I wanted to give some recommendations of what to watch as well.
Oh, of course.
And one of them as well being The G Word by Adam Conover. It is a show that I've asked you to watch as well, so we'll talk about it next time.
That's right.
It is produced by Barack Obama, but what it is I think it's 6 episodes. I'm about 4 in, and they discuss. It's basically Adam goes in and asks questions to governing corporations or bodies, or does a deep dive into things like where does our food come from, what the government's involvement actually is with everyone's food, what you're eating, who makes sure that it's safe. Then there's weather, and there's the money, and just big topics of what the government actually does. And I think it's really good because it gives people more of an understanding of what you're voting for. And if you don't watch this, you probably just shouldn't vote anyway, because you just don't have the information unless you're doing your own, research. So that's a good one.
Nice.
And we've still got some topics that we had from last time which we didn't get through.
That's okay.
But we'll get into those next time. And I've actually got a list here. Stranger Things.
Uh-huh.
I only watched 4 episodes last time.
Okay.
By the time we talked about it, I finished the season.
Okay.
There is 2 more episodes to come out, which is part of part 2, I guess.
Right.
Fantastic, brilliant. Go watch it, 100%. Hustle with Adam Sandler.
Oh,
Absolute
really?
banger. It's a movie, and it's about him finding a basketball player to get into the NBA that is not from America, and he's trying to get him into the...
Isn't that the one David Dallas is in? The New Zealand rapper?
So David Dallas's song Running
Oh.
features on Hustle, on the new Netflix show. And
Nice.
it's great. It's an emotional one from Adam Sandler. It's very good. The Boys on Amazon Prime, season 3. It's not. I wouldn't be surprised if everyone already knows about this because it's being advertised on YouTube in between every fucking video that anyone watches.
Okay, not for me, but
Really?
no.
Oh, okay.
I got another recommendation.
Maybe it's just for me then. Yeah.
It's a movie called What Is a Woman? It's
What is-
actually
yes, you do.
It's a documentary. What is a woman? Guy goes around because let's be honest. Can you define a woman? What is it?
I'm not getting. Yeah.
I can't
Go
define
watch
either.
this and have a think. Yeah.
But yeah, this guy basically goes around and tries to get a different definition for the word woman. And I mean, whatever side of the political spectrum you're on, just the way that he approaches that question and how he tries to find out the real answer by going to ask, psychologists and therapists at schools, people who do the reassignment surgeries, government officials. It's just done really, really well, and it's if you watch it with an open mind, I think everyone's going to get something out of it. So yeah, check that one out as well.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm very keen on checking this one out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brother. Hey, you got any more content? Or we good to go?
One more I would say is the Supernature
Mhm.
from Ricky Gervais.
True.
Brilliant, loved it.
Wow.
He's getting a ton of flack online for it,
Brilliant.
which means it's good. And yeah, I don't want to say anything more about that one.
Okay.
Definitely go check that one out though.
I'm keen on that.
I
one.
want you to watch it, and I want to talk about it next week because
Okay.
it is again just a commentary on society, which is my favorite bit of content. Because
Yes.
we are in just such a weird place at the moment.
We got a lot of content for comedians to make fun of right now.
Oh, it's
They're just not allowed to.
Yeah, it's a brilliant time. It's a brilliant time. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us for episode 10.
Episode 10.
We're 10 in. We're loving it. We're having a great time. If you guys are liking it, please subscribe, drop a comment, let us know. Smash that like button, obviously. And, yeah.
And one other thing that we promised we were going to do on the last episode was we were going to read out what topics are left. So, remaining on our table, we have...
we've got a wait, do
you want me to do it?
Yeah, do your one and then I'll do the...
Okay, well, I only have shootings in Auckland remaining.
That's a lovely one to end on. Eh?
Yeah. You can see why I didn't cover that one.
I've got a digitally printed ear, the first digitally printed ear. We've got, 3D ear. We have a digital tennis match that occurred as well. And the drug situation in Canada.
What drug?
All of them. Literally. And that's what we got on next time. So
Maybe, maybe not. But tune in to find out.
cheers.
See ya.